Techno update. Subscribe now.
Vodafone Smart Speed 6 Review. Design and build. The Smart Speed 6 is a bulky smartphone, there's no debating that. It's 10mm thick, and it's definitely noticeable straight away. It feels bulkier in the hand than our iPhone 6s with a fairly chunky protective cover on, and that's saying something. However, even though it feels weighty at 146 grams, it's actually 9 grams lighter than its older brother, the Smart Prime 6, which weighs 155 grams, although the Smart Prime 6 is 1mm thicker than the Speed 6. Even with its weight, the Smart Speed 6 is comfortable to hold for long periods of time thanks to its curved rear, which helps the phone fit snugly into your hand. Dimensions-wise, it measures in at 132.2 by 65. 1mm and houses a 4.5-in display, which gives the Smart Speed 6 a 64.8% screen-to-body ratio. The bezels are fairly thick around the edges of the screen, but again, for only £50 you can't expect an edge-to-edge display. The advantage to having a sub-5-in display is that it'll feel comfortable to use one-handed, as we were able to reach from one side of the display to the other with ease. Hardware and performance. The Vodafone Smart Speed 6 comes packing a 4.5-in IPS display, although we can't quite describe it as HD as it has a resolution of 480 by 854, which equates to around 218 pixels per inch. It's not the brightest of displays either, and we had a bit of trouble using it in direct sunlight, particularly when trying to read text. That may have something to do with the low resolution, as text isn't as sharp and easy to read as it is on other devices. Even the Smart Prime 6, which costs only more, has a larger 720p HD display. Storage-wise, there's only an 8GB option available, and discounting the Android OS and Vodafone apps, you've only got around 4.7GB to play with, which isn't much. Thankfully, the Smart Speed 6 also features a micro SD card slot which can boost your internal memory by up to 32GB. It's worth noting that the Smart Prime 6 also features a micro SD card slot, but supports up to 64GB of external storage. Cameras. The Smart Speed 6 features a 5MP rear-facing camera with a maximum resolution of 2592 by 1944 and an LED flash, with various shooting modes available. Shooting modes include auto, manual, sport, HDR and manual, although we were pretty disappointed with the overall quality of the images taken by camera. The lack of autofocus means there is a lack of detail in the photos taken by the Speed 6, and we were a tad disappointed with the results, especially when you consider the Smart Prime 6 has a fairly decent 8MP rear-facing camera. Software. In terms of software, the Smart Speed 6 comes packing a fairly vanilla implementation of Android 5.1, with 8 Vodafone-branded apps: Message Plus, Call Plus, Direct Access, My Web, Smart Tips, Updates, Vodafone Store, and My Vodafone. The Vodafone Store isn't to buy Vodafone products as the name suggests, but acts more as a hub for your phone and is where you can access your data allowance, minutes, texts etc.